Welcome to Sober Barkeep. I'm Brian Anderson, coming to you from Anderson's Guitar Bar here in lovely League City, Texas. Today we're going to take a look at Wilderton Lustre. This is out of Oregon, and it's really an interesting product. It's described as a botanical distillate, and it says right here in the front, it's got bergamot, orange or bitter orange, lemongrass, bay leaf, linden, lavender, orris, tarragon, and black tea. So a lot of stuff going on. And let me tell you, when you open this up and you pour you a little bit, it's got a lot going on. When you smell it, you immediately, it took me a while to figure out, and I'm pretty sure this is linden's what you're smelling. You also, as you smell it though, that hits you right off the bat. It's boom, it's right there. It's got a ton of stuff going on here. You can smell the bay. You can smell the tarragon. You can smell it's almost got a cedar smell to it a little bit. Not a ton, but it does have a little bit of that in there too. I bought this thinking, because it was actually, when I ordered it online, it was in amongst the non-alcoholic gin alternatives. This, to me, has got a lot more going on than the gin typically has going on. There is a little bit of citrus in there, but it's got more than a gin smell to it. And when you taste it, what's interesting is it tastes just like it smells. It's just as complex. It's got a very long, lingering taste to it that lasts forever. In fact, let me tell you, if you don't like the smell or taste of this, it's with you for a while. I was messing around with this the other night to try to decide what I was going to do with it. And that night when I went to bed, I was still tasting it. So it's got one, at least to me, an extremely long, lingering aftertaste to it that sticks with you. And it's definitely just this tough, high-end botanical type taste and smell to it. That's unlike anything. I've not smelled anything like this. I've not tasted anything like this. It's got a very crisp tongue feel to it on the lead in, and then this long aftertaste. It's very complex. You just keep picking up different flavors. Keep picking up different botanicals. Now, I'm not a huge botanical guy. I was a whiskey guy. But I can appreciate this because of the complexity and just the constant change that you, and things that you just keep picking up on. When it comes a little tag, and there's a couple of different versions of this, but for the Lustre, it actually recommends that you do a Lustre and tonic. Now, to me, I did the Lustre and tonic, and when you add the very unique and very distinct taste of quinine on top of the flavors that you got here, it just was almost too much for me. And it did remind me of a gin and tonic style of a drink, but it didn't taste like a gin and tonic to me because there's just so much going on here that's not the gin type taste. So adding the quinine in there to me was just a bit too much. So what I decided to do with this was to do a little play on this, and decided to try something here with the Italian orange from Liars. And so I decided to do what I'm going to call a Roman Lustre, for lack of better terms. Because what I decided was there's so much going on here that I needed to add a little bit. It's all very smooth. It's all very not real sharp. It's a very unique flavor, but I needed something a little more bitter, I thought, to crisp it up. And I thought, well, let's try this and maybe a little orange juice. And when I played around with it, I ended up with a drink I really like. So we're gonna do a Roman Lustre here. Lustre after this. So we're gonna do 2 ounces of this. Let's put some ice in there. Build this over ice. We're going to do 1 ounce of the Italian orange. And I actually added just a couple of dashes of Fee Brothers Orange Bitters. And I mean, just a couple of dashes, not much at all there. Stir this up really good. And then I want to top it off with a little orange juice. So in a highball glass, not much orange juice, maybe ounce and a half maybe of orange juice on top of that. Stir that up really well there. And when you do that, wow, you still get the botanicals here, but you get a little bit of the bitterness and the orange flavor that comes in the Italian orange. When you add the orange bitters on top of there, kind of pops it a little more, and then the orange juice on top. So to me, this ends up being a really good drink. This is a 4 to me. This is so unique. And for somebody, if you really like the botanicals, you may even rate this higher than that. It's a punch of flavor. There's a ton going on. And you know, if you're that kind of if you like that style of drink, you gotta go try some of this out. It's really good. They're out of Oregon. And I think they're making a great product here. So I'm Sober Barkeep. Live well and drink smart.